So what is good, people? Welcome to another investing video. In this video, we're going to try to figure out what in the world happened to Bitcoin just a few days ago. It was just last week. Bitcoin dropped about 8% and it took the entire crypto market down with it. There was hundreds of millions of dollars of liquidations. Tons of people lost all kinds of money in the crypto market. Luckily for me, only a few of my positions was hurt by it, but still, it doesn't feel good to lose money regardless of how much it is. So as I was trying to figure out what in the world happened, I came across this article on Cointelegraph that goes over 5 potential reasons that could have caused a drop in Bitcoin. And I guess no one knows the one reason. Maybe it's just a combination of a bunch of different things. So I thought it'd be a good idea to look at these 5 things and just kind of say that all together, they all kind of led to the drop in Bitcoin. So let's jump into it. I'll leave a link to the article in the description so you guys can check it out yourself. But we're going to go into number one, which is SpaceX offloads Bitcoin, and then it adds interest rate fares in there. So this is kind of like 1 and 2. eToro market analyst Josh Gilbert pinned a drop on a report that SpaceX may have offloaded some or all of its $373 million in Bitcoin holdings, which came from an August 17th article from the Wall Street Journal. Whenever you have a big name in the industry selling Bitcoin, especially someone as influential as Elon Musk, it will put the price under pressure. This would put the sudden price drop around 2.5 hours after the report was published online. So that is quite a coincidence. 2.5 hours after this report came out of SpaceX offloading a bunch of Bitcoin, that's when the crash happened. And you got this hilarious GIF from Lark Davis where it says, "News, somebody somewhere sold their Bitcoin at an unspecified time in the past." And then they got the GIF down here. Hilarious, but it's true. Anytime someone influential talks about selling Bitcoin, the price of Bitcoin is impacted because of it. Gilbert said another theory could be the rapid shift in sentiment due to the broader market's expectations of future interest rate hikes from the U.S. Federal Reserve. If we also consider some of the weaknesses we've seen across global markets, particularly risk assets, over the last few weeks with the expectation that rates will likely stay higher for longer, it was a recipe for a pullback, Gilbert explained. Bitcoin has struggled for a leg higher in the last month, trading in a tight range of between 29,000 and 30,000, with little good news to push the asset higher, which has only exacerbated this sell-off, he added. So yes, it's true. Interest rates, of course, is continuing to rise, and I can definitely see people wanting to pull their money out of riskier assets because of it. But I don't know, because that money is definitely not going into precious metals, which is the safer, one of the safest assets. So where is that money going to if they're pulling it out of Bitcoin because of interest rate hikes? Or maybe they just need it to live. I actually went to my local coin shop not too long ago, and yeah, there's a lot of people selling all kinds of stuff. Actually, I went there twice in the past week, and both times there were people there selling. There was a line of people actually trying to sell a bunch of silver. So, yeah, maybe people are just trying to use their savings to survive. That could be part of it. Reason number 3, government bond yields. Tina Tang, a market analyst from CMC Markets, shared a different opinion, looking to the recent rise in government bond yields as the root cause behind the sell-off. Tang explained the increased bond yields typically shows a reduction in liquidity for the broader market. This could be the primary reason that cryptocurrencies sank, she said. Additionally, Tang said that while the Evergrande crisis could have an indirect cause on the price of Bitcoin, she didn't believe that it was among the root causes of the decline. This has more of an impact on sentiment towards the Chinese economy, investors, or a tiny Chinese economy and investors, she explained. So, bond yields. So usually when bond yields go up, we do see money leave other assets to go into bonds, but that's a lot. That is a lot to leave at a very short amount of time. So I don't think bond yields would be a big indicator as far as what caused Bitcoin to drop. It's just one of those things, of course, that gets piled on whatever was the main reason. But still, I don't think bond yields is really that big of a reason. If we go to the next one, Chinese yuan still at risk to Bitcoin. However, Tang disregarded the Evergrande crisis as a major reason for Bitcoin's price swing. Match Rapport, head of research Marcus Thelen, claimed the risk of a Chinese yuan devaluation may have played a significant role in the sell off. The biggest macro risk is a potential devaluation of the Chinese yuan, which is trading at the weakest level since 2007. In August 2015, when China devalued the yuan for the last time, Bitcoin prices declined by 23% during the 2 weeks following the devaluation. Before a more meaningful rally started, Bitcoin finished the year at plus 59% from the level of the devaluation, explained Thelian. So I had no idea that when the Chinese yuan was devalued, the price of Bitcoin dropped. I didn't know there was a correlation there. That might be something worth looking into to see why there's such a big correlation between Bitcoin and the yuan, especially with the whole Evergrande thing. China is, I don't know, they got some issues that they're working through right now as far as the economy, like everyone else. But I would hate for the price of Bitcoin to fall just because of the Chinese yuan has falling. I would have to look more deeply into that to see what causes that correlation. And then finally, whales selling big. While there are many other news events that could bear responsibility, pseudo-anonymous derivatives trader The Flow Horse told Cointelegraph that the sudden move down could have resulted from a single large actor making a big sell, which then resulted in further pressure on derivatives. It was not just a natural cascade. Someone big bailed for a purpose and set it in motion. Spot volume barely compared to preps. According to the data from the crypto analytics platform CoinGlass, more than $427 million in Bitcoin long positions were liquidated in the 4 hours to time of the publication. Over the course of the last 24 hours, there had been more than $822 million in liquidations for traders with open long positions, a bet that the price of crypto assets would move upwards. Wow, $822 million gone. That's crazy. That's crazy. Man, I feel sorry for those people who lost all that money. That's a lot of money. Describing much of the explanations for the decline as a pure speculation, Horst suggested that since the reports of the SEC hinting its approval on an Ethereum futures ETF came moments after the dump, a large fund may have offloaded their Bitcoin position to trigger a cascade to buy Ethereum. Interesting. So I do like this one. I like this theory simply because if you actually look at the chart, they had it up here. If you look at a chart, it's a sharp drop, a sharp just straight down. Like usually when there's like a bunch of sell-offs, it creates like a little ladder going down, but this is just a straight shot right down. So this looks to me that this was a really big sell-off, a really big sell-off, and then maybe some smaller sell-off after that coming with the liquidations and stuff like that. But I think this was just one really big sell-off causing a bunch of liquidations, and that resulted in crashing the market. That's just what I think out of all of these. That one makes the most sense to me. But man, it's crazy to see so much gone. $822 million just wiped out just like that. That is crazy. So those are the five What are they? 5 points? 5 potential reasons. There we go. 5 potential reasons that Bitcoin crashed a few days ago. I am leaning more towards the last one, but I'm sure all of these played a part in it. It wasn't just one big thing. Everything just kind of happened all at the same time. And then you have, of course, Evergrande filing for bankruptcy protection. Up, and I'm jumping over to Twitter. I don't know. Is it still called Twitter? Yes, it says new to Twitter. So it's still called Twitter, but it's an X now. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know what they're doing over at Twitter. But that was pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Were you affected by the crash? Are you going to jump in and buy some Bitcoin because of it? What do you think? Do you think that these 5 things were enough, or do you think that there was something else that jumped into it to cause the crash? Let me know, as always, in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next video.